Hi dear children, after the completion of the two chapters in mathematics and NCERT in class 10th, now I am again Sujeet in front of you all here with the new chapter. The name of the chapter is Pair of Linear Equation in Two Variables, class 10th, third chapter, Pair of Linear Equation in Two Variables. As I emphasized, as I always told, you all need to understand the meaning of each and every word, which will provide you enthusiasm. Here, pair, you all know the meaning of this pair. It is something talking about two in a group, couples. Linear, degree 1. Degree 1. For which degree 1? Variables would have degree 1. Linear. Equation, sine of is equals to in two variable. Pair of linear equation in two variables. So before starting this chapter, how it is connected previously. So if we could recall with very important and very less time, so definitely we'll have start with this word linear equation. You know, linear equation, I am giving a very fast example. Suppose we have x plus 5 is equals to 7. So this is something, it is written about the linear equation. Dear children, would you need to understand here the linear equation? So what is the value of x here? The value of x is 2. Value of x is 2. So this is also called the solution of the equation, and you need to understand about this. Then only you will understand this the chapter pair of linear equation in two variables. How we show this graphically? How we'll show this solution graphically? If it has been told you to represent x is equals to 2 or to draw a graph of x is equals to 2. So what you will do? You will do this. You will have this graph, this origin, this x-axis, this y-axis, and if it has been told this is 0, 1, 2, so this is 2. So this is the graph of x is equals to 2. And simply, if it has been said you to show this x is equals to 2, 2 is the natural number. This would, if it would be told you this x is equals to 2, this graph is in front of you. This could be also represented in the linear equation in two variables. How? It could be written x plus 0 into y minus 2 is equals to 0, and this graph has been shown for this. So you need to understand, if x is equals to 2, if you want to show the solution this geometrically, so the answer would be simply this here. If this is simply this 0, 1, 2, so this is the representation of x is equals to 2 geometrically. So you need to understand how we solve, how we find out the value of variables algebraically and geometrically. You need to understand, and that's why I have started with the linear equation in one variable. So in linear equation in one variable, it would have only one solution that you could solve by algebraically also and by geometrically also. I wanted to show you now. So this is something about the linear equation. This is the linear equation in one variable. Now if it is linear equation in two variable, it's very important, and I will recommend you to write an equation which can be put in the form of this. I am talking about linear equation in two variable. Pair will talk about linear equation in two variable. The topic we have linear equation in two variable. First we need to understand this, and I'll tell you to write the definition of this. An equation which can be put in the form of an equation which can be put in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. This is also called general form. Please, I'll just explain. First you write down ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, where a, b and c are real numbers. A, B and C are real numbers. numbers. One thing also you need to notice where what is the specification here. This is that you all need to understand where A and B are not both 0. You need to understand here. It is said that at a time, simultaneously, A and B would not be 0. That you need to specify with this definition. And it's very known fact. You all would have learned this about in class 9th already. Ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So, let me just define once again an equation which can be put in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, where a, b and c are real numbers, where a and b are not both 0. Both 0 is called a linear equation in two variable. Is called linear equation in two variables x and y. So this is the definition of linear equation in two variable, and it's very clear. As I said, if you will go with each and every word, linear, degree 1, equation, sign of is equals to, in two variables, here x and y, these are two variables, a and b and c are the real numbers, maybe rational, maybe irrational. You don't have to bother whether this is rational or whether it is irrational. It may be in fraction, it may be in numbers, it may be in natural numbers, it may be in square root, anything it would be. So this is finally ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, where a and b and c are real numbers, where a and b are not both 0, is called linear equation in two variables x and y. When I have started, I talk about, so this is linear equation in two variables. Earlier we had only linear equation in one variable. Here linear equation in two variables. And as I talked about the solution of linear equation in one variables, yes, here also we'll have to talk about what would be the solution of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So, dear children, you would have dealt with this topic in class 9th. This was the chapter linear equation two variables. So definitely we'll have to talk about the solution. So the very first, I'm just going ahead, we'll talk about the solution of this equation. Let me speak to you very clearly. We don't have any algebraic solution for this. Means algebraic solution means if we want to find out the value of individual this x and y for these two variables, it's not possible algebraically. So how would it be possible? So first, again I am telling you to write down something that would make you very comfortable. It is the second point. Every solution of the equation is a point. Every solution of the equation is a point on the line representing it, on a line representing it. Each solution x comma y of a linear equation in two variables, here we'll write ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, corresponding to equation equation each solution xy of our linear equation in two variables ax plus by plus c is equals to 0 corresponds to a point corresponds to a point on the line representing the equation on the line representing the equation and vice versa So very first, let us have a discussion about these points. This is a point. This is talking about the solution of the equation that it was given you ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Every solution of the equation is a point on a line representing it. So let us have one example. Suppose I am writing here x plus y is equals to 2. Now, if you could remember what you all did in class 9th, it was told you to plot the graph. The given equation is x plus y plus is equals to 2. तो क्या करते थे? सबसे पहले हम लोग यहाँ पे टेबल बनाते हैं. यहाँ पे हम लोग लिखते हैं x और यहाँ पे लिखते हैं y. एक कोई वैल्यू हम एज्यूम करते हैं. सपोज करो हम x की वैल्यू 1 एज्यूम कर रहे हैं तो y की वैल्यू 1 आ रहा है. सपोज करो x की वैल्यू हमने -1 एज्यूम कर लिया तो y की वैल्यू 3 आ रहा है. ये क्या आ रहा है? 1,1. ये क्या आ रहा है? -1,3. ये 1,1 जो है, this is the solution of this equation. This is the one solution of this equation. By this way, if you would go, you would have an infinite number of solutions. You will not have exact one solution. You would have a infinite number of solutions. So this, it wants to tell you every solution of the equation. Here I have given you the two solution of the 1, 1 and -1,3. Every solution of the equation is a point on a line representing it. If it has been told you to plot this graph, if you will plot this graph, you will have a graph in a straight line, and this 1, 1 and -1,3, it would be belonging to that point. Say that would be a coordinate on somewhere. Now the same it is written is solution xy of a linear equation in two variables ax plus by plus c is equals to 0 corresponds to a point. The same thing it is written. ये जो solution है, ये जो 1, 1 है, ये किसी point को correspond कर रहा है on the line representing the equation and vice versa. So this is something about the solution of linear equation in two variables. You all would have done in class 9. So without wasting the time, I am just going forward. I am dealing with the next thing. So now, this after knowing this linear equation in two variables, I am now just coming to the original point. That is the chapter, and that is we have pair of linear equation in two variables. Once you know the linear equation in two variables, so first I am just telling the general form. What is the general form? General form of pair of linear equation in two variables. You need to understand the general form. So what is the general form? This is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. This is the general form. This is the conventional definitions where a1, b1, c1, a2, b2 and c2, what are they? They are real numbers. Are real numbers. What else? Here we'll write simultaneously a1 not is equals to 0, b1 not is equals to 0 for first equation, For second also simultaneously, A2 naught is equals to 0 and B2 naught is equals to 0. That you need to understand. That you need to understand whole concept about this. A1x plus B1y plus C1 is equals to 0. A2x plus B2y plus C2 is equals to 0. So, after knowing this general form, after knowing this definition, so what is the general form? A1x plus B1y plus C1 is equals to 0. A2x plus B2y plus C2 is equals to 0. So, this is something after coming from the previous concepts. Here we have concluded this about the pair of linear equation in two variables. Now, as I have given you the format of linear equation in one variable, linear equation in two variable, now pair of linear equation in two variables, and each and every case what it was taught, just we saw how would this equation would be solved algebraically and geometrically, or you would say graphically also. So now we'll discuss about the solution of this equation. So how would it be solved? So let me say you, see, solution, like I said you in the previous case, if suppose we have this only one equation, so we would have a algebraic solution, but yes, not exactly one, infinitely many. Here would see how would it be solved geometrically, as well as how would it be solved this in the next video. Thank you.